How's it going, everybody? This is For What It's Worth with your host, Hector, and I have my friend Trey here.
What's up, y'all?
He likes hiding his face. I am dressed like Santa because we're about to go watch Silent Night, Deadly Night. It just released yesterday. I've seen the original, I think, 5 movies. 4? No, there's 5. You have not seen them.
No, I have not.
So I'm going in this blind. I did not see a trailer. I just know I saw the name. I was like, let's go watch a movie. And so this is what we're doing. Yes, I'm dressed like Santa Claus. I should have done a Superman review, but you know what? I'll just wear the Superman suit for Supergirl, so I'm still going to be dressed up for that one. All right, stay tuned. All right, let's go watch it. All right, guys, we just finished watching Silent Night, Deadly Night. Man, where do I start? Do you want to start first, or do you want me to start first?
By all means.
Okay, so it was a remake, like it generally was, but not, because they changed so much, but it ended up actually doing it for me. Like, especially there was a supernatural part in it. At first I did not like it, but then as the story progressed to that ending, I was like, okay, now I can see there's a sequel like that could happen, and it's doing pretty well. So it's definitely going to get a sequel for maybe not next Christmas, but the following Christmas after that. The acting, the only 2 actors I knew in the movie was the main character, Billy, and then Pamela. She was from Happy Death Day Part 1 and 2, and then the main guy that played Billy is from one of my least favorite horror slashers. I think it was Halloween Ends, where he's like Michael Myers or whatever. It was a dumb movie. I could review that at some point, but I generally was frustrated with that movie. But again, it really was a good film when it came to a slasher, especially like me and Trey were cringing at the awkwardness with him and Pamela like through the first half. But that's kind of like what I've noticed, like, as humans, we have those awkward interactions with people sometimes. But generally, this movie, I would definitely see it again, or like I would do like one of my favorite like Christmas movies that it honestly is not really like child friendly is Violent Night with David Harbour. How it's like Die Hard and Home Alone. I watch that every year because it's one of my favorite like Christmas movies that's not child friendly. I would actually put this one on here. And again, maybe this might be recency bias for me, but because I have seen all of them, even the one that was like a remake in 2012, I seriously didn't like that one. Same with part 2 and 3. I would definitely put it over the first one because of dialogue choices. I know, mind you, this is a movie from 2025 versus 1984. I think I had the dates right. But it's like there are some remakes I was just like, okay, it's just better written, better directed. But again, you know, there's the argument that came out in the 80s. This is 2025. But I think recency bias, or just in general, I put this one way better. Any thoughts on your end, Trey?
As somebody who hasn't seen any of the previous ones, I definitely I could tell that it was a better part of the sequel. It included some of, I assume, from the first. I don't know how many there's been, but I can definitely tell it's been like a good storyline throughout the entire thing.
There was a line from the second one that's memed a lot. So in the original, he has a brother, that's a baby, and then because Billy dies in the first one in the 1984 version.
Did he also just go through puberty in 5 seconds?
No, you'll see more of why Billy is the way he is, but I guess I like this one because, you know, the Charlie thing, like it just makes him like the way he is just for some reason just way better. But there's a line, and I'm assuming that was who was his boss was, where he's like, it's garbage day. There's a line from the second movie where his brother is just going on a rampage and just killing people, and he's just like, garbage day.
Garbage Independence Day! Huh? No!
It's so stupid, but I'm actually glad they added that line. That's why I was like, because I was like, that's a reference from the second movie. It's not good. It's literally 45 minutes of the second one is a recap of the first movie before it goes to its actual like continuation.
Yeah.
But continue. Sorry, I just had to add more to that.
You're good. But yeah, recency bias, definitely one of the better movies I've seen. And you know, as far as horror movies, it was actually all right.
Yeah, there were some jump scares here and there.
I predicted 90% of the movie, so
yeah, it's very predictable, but it's like fun predictable.
Although it was very predictable, whatever, and especially since I haven't seen the first couple movies, I still liked it as a movie, and I definitely would watch it again.
Yeah, like again, I think I do make this argument. I don't think I've said it in any video. If a movie no, I've never said this. If a movie is predictable but still make it fun while it's predictable, then I think it's great, because there are shows and movies I've seen out there that are so predictable that like you generally, okay, this isn't fun. But our predictions like just happened and it just actually became like more fun to watch. We were like, oh, they're definitely working with that person. But there were some twists. I was like, what the frick? Like, there's a whole messed up scene in this movie that I was not expecting. It has to do with like stuff in history that I'm not going to say on here. But when I saw this, I was like, is Billy really a bad person? Like,
he was the hero twice.
Yeah, like it generally is like a Dexter Morgan thing where it's like, I've not fully seen all of Dexter, but it's like he kills bad people, even though what he's doing is not good. I don't recommend that. I generally like, he's not really a bad person compared to all these other people in this movie. But generally, if you have not seen it, I know it has not been promoted as much. I kindly went in this blind knowing like, well, I did watch the other ones, and he again has not seen any of them. I generally just go in blind for this movie. I think you could say that with any movie, but this one generally is a fun watch that again we would definitely watch again. But anything else you gotta say into this?
No. What's your final rating overall for this movie?
I stopped doing ratings thing, but if I had to do this, there were some, moments where I was like, okay, this could be a little like just cut, but that wasn't like, there was not really a big complaint. Again, I told you that supernatural part really didn't have me at first, but then it like continued. I was like, okay, this is actually better. And again, it's just it did things that were just way better. It's like a movie that I could definitely compare it to is like, not like the storytelling, but like where a movie that was remade and just way better storytelling was Footloose from the original, and then the one that came out in like 2011, 2012. It just does things way better than the original. And again, that's such a weird argument. Well, that came out back then. I like when movies that are remade can do so well where you're like, okay, yeah, they changed a lot, but it just does it better. So yeah, I would definitely give this one. I know I just went full on rant for a second. I would definitely give this, I would actually give it an 8 out of 10. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's peak fiction. It's, absolute cinema. Because it's still a slasher at the end of the day. It's not like, some slasher movies aren't going to, some slasher movies aren't always like a 10 out of 10. I personally don't think they're ever 10 out of 10 because there are still moments here and there you're going to be like, okay. Oh, effects though. There were some kills in this movie. I'm like, oh my. And then there's one scene that grossed you out the most. It had to do with the nose. But you know what? If they make a sequel, I hope the writing and all that is still not the exact same, but I hope
the writing style.
Yeah, like the writing style. And actually, before we close this off, the editing in this movie was really good. Like, especially like when Billy needed to go after somebody. just the flashing of his psyche, of his brain, was so well edited in my opinion. Because it just generally felt like, okay, this guy's a psychopath. So it felt like a filter of like, okay, this is generally what I think a psychopath would feel. But again, yeah, if you haven't seen Silent Night, Deadly Night 25, I'm just gonna call it Silent Night, Deadly Night 25 because that's basically what it is. That's what I called Superman. I called it Superman 25. But if you haven't seen already, I do recommend it. Or if you can't make it to the theater, watch it at home. Like, cozy up with a friend or something. You can make fun at some moments in the movie, like how we did. But again, you know what? If you haven't already, smash that like button. And once you, there's a red subscribe button. You click that red subscribe button. There's a bell that appears. Click that bell. You get a notification every time I post a video. And if you haven't seen this, whenever you're watching this, day, night, whenever, bye!